Not too much else I really want to say about the Euros. I mean, we can go into dark horses. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I was thinking Albania could be a dark horse in this Euros, but I feel like it would be a bit harder than being placed in the group of death with Italy, Croatia, and Spain. So I think I'm gonna have to count it out a bit for Albania because just of how they're grouped, I feel like it will be hard for them to just compete with them in a group style. Like if it's one game, of course, like in the knockout stages, I feel like they can be they can be a really good team, but it's hard in a group style for them at the beginning. Like if they were placed in a bit of an easier group, I think they could have really been a dark horse. But you never know. I just feel like they'll place last in the group. Turkey is always, I feel like, a dark horse in these tournaments. Arda Güler hasn't really been playing for Real Madrid that much, though, but he's a really young, good prospect. Çalhanoğlu, who actually just won the Scudetto with Inter Milan, has been one of their best players. They picked it. Inter Milan picked him up for €0, I believe, as a free agent, right? And he's been one of their best players this season. Has been a great midfielder all around. Has a great shot, of course. And yeah, he's pretty good. He's attacks a lot. But yeah, I feel like Turkey's always a dark horse. I always list them as a dark horse. But I feel like they're one of those teams that always underperform. Similar to Poland, how I think they can be a dark horse with players like Zielinski, Lewandowski, Szczesny in goal. I feel like they just always underperform though. They have Matty Cash. I said this in another, I believe, almost 2 years ago now was my last episode. And I said this last time too. But yeah, I feel like they always underperform, but they could really be a dark horse. Ukraine is definitely a dark horse, though. I mean, they're going to be fighting for their country on the field. Their striker is Dovbyk, and he's playing with a Girona side that just recently got promoted to La Liga, and they're doing so good. I mean, they're top four in La Liga right now, and they're usually a bottom table team. They recently got promoted to La Liga a couple years ago. The leading top scorer in La Liga with 18 goals. Like I just said, one of Girona's most important players right now. Third place. I mean, come on. 18 goals. They were promoted in 2021 or 2022. So that's just crazy. I mean, almost like a Leicester story right there if they continue to stay first place. But I think it's really good for them. They should not be mad at all that they've humbled and that they're now third place. They were first place for a long time, but that's amazing. Truly amazing. One of the best football stories this year. So I was talking about Ukraine, who actually their goalkeeper, Lunin, has finally been able to play with Real Madrid. He's been there for a long time. Lunin has been with Real Madrid since like 2018, and he's finally been able to play now that Courtois is injured. And he's taken over Kepa's role now as second keeper because Kepa was second keeper and now Lunin is Kepa's third keeper for Real Madrid. And Kepa's a great keeper and it's amazing for Lunin that he's starting over Kepa, who is actually bought to replace Courtois for while he's injured. And now Lunin's taking over. Mikhailo Mudryk still hasn't been the top player that Chelsea wanted him to be. But when he's playing for Ukraine, it's like he's putting his heart on the pitch. He's in form most of the time for Ukraine, which I think he can be one of their players of the tournament for Ukraine. They have Yarmolenko, who is usually a sub, but he's been there for a while now. He was in the Euros in 2020, I remember, or 2021. But yeah, Yarmolenko, they have Mudryk, Zinchenko. So they have a great team too for a dark horse. I think Ukraine could really surprise people. They're put in Group E with Belgium, Slovakia, and Romania, and I think Ukraine will be able to go through. Denmark was a dark horse in Euro 2020 when they made it all the way to the semifinals against England, and they even scored the first goal against England in that semifinal match. And I think they can really be a dark horse again. Højlund is probably going to get a lot of time. I don't know if they'll play with one or two strikers, but they have Poulsen and Dolsberg as well. Christian Eriksen and Højbjerg controlling their midfield. And if they can start getting the results that they want during the group stage, I think they can go pretty far. Maybe not semifinals again, but I think they can make it to the quarterfinals and most probably the round of 16, being grouped with Slovenia and Serbia as well as England. Switzerland is one more team I want to mention for potential dark horse. having Xhaka in their midfield, like I said about Bayer Leverkusen. They have some young players like Noah Okafor and Amdouni who are pretty good. I think they might surprise a lot of people in this Euros.